254 of Pole Dance and Chill. Are you ready to put day 254 in the books? Une, deux, trois. Let's go. Do you hear that? It's like 7:30 at night and the birdies are out there singing their little songs. They know that singing those songs and rapping the tunes, that they are like getting some epic brain dose action. Yeah, those birdies got the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and of course endorphins going on fire. Yeah, I love to take, like, you know what, if you think about that, the birdies fly and defy gravity, and that's what I'm doing on the pole. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Who knows? But I will stop rambling right here because we already know what happens when I go over there. So let's get to this. Okay. Hi. Hello, beautiful world. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a magical day, living your dream and living your best life. And that being said, okay, so it's so cool that you're here hanging out with me right now because I have a few things to ask. And I'm just wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing with me your honest opinion. Like, legit. I'm gonna share with you part of my little situation going on because I'm really confused and I don't understand. So I guess what it is I'm asking you if you wouldn't mind helping me out here for a minute. Because I'm bonkers right now, okay? So here's the thing. Somehow my YouTube feed got flooded with a bunch of carnivore videos yesterday. And then right afterwards, there was a Cole Robinson video, or it might have been a live stream or something like that, that played as well. And the party didn't just end there. This morning, when I went to go watch my beautiful little babes that do makeup on YouTube so I can see when the new releases are coming out, some of the adorable looks, and of course if there's something that I'm looking to buy, I'm gonna watch the reviews, right? I'm telling you, it took me about 25 times to refresh my page before I got the propaganda off. And the reason why I say the propaganda is straight up carnivore and the sugar diet are the worst ways that I could ever imagine to describe an epic weight loss hack. And the fact that the sugar diet, if you don't know what that is, in fact, Cole Robinson has made up a new thing. It started out with Stall City, and then it was Shred City, and then, of course, it came up with sugar fasting, which does not surprise me. Cole has his own snake diet juice stuff out. In fact, I have some of the packets here that I bought off of Amazon a while back because you know how I love to formulate my amazing electrolyte drinks and things like that. So I wanted to test his formulation against ones that I had already. So yeah, he knows his stuff when it comes to fasting and things like that. However, recently, I don't know what happened with fasting, and this is what we're going to start out with, okay? To me, I've always thought that fasting is not eating. Not eating. You're just not consuming. Like, yeah, I thought that's what we all thought it was. However, recently, we have sardine fasts on the carnivore keto side, egg fasts, fat fasts, all kinds of fasting mimicking diets And now, and that's, okay, so basically doing those kind of fasts, the carnivore fasts, are going to cause more rapid weight loss than not eating anything. And at the same time, here's where it goes. Now the sugar diet, having Cole's sugar fasting, where you eat sugar all day, go check out his videos. I don't know all the rules. And that's another thing here, is one of the reasons why I don't think carnivore is a really good weight loss hack, because no one knows what it means. Like, no one's rules are the same. That's the biggest thing right here, is you have so many differences of opinion that, to me, what didn't make sense. Like vegans, okay? Vegans are straight up. You don't have to worry about like being called a certain kind of vegan. You can be a raw vegan or a cooked vegan, whatever, but everyone knows that's a vegan, that they're not touching anything that had a face or that came from an animal that had a face. Easy, vegan, easy. Thank you, vegans. Thank you for being easy for us for a minute. Okay, so the vegans, we know what they are. But for carnivore, I am so confused. I really am. I listened yesterday to, I think it was Lily Kane, and how her little situation evolved or whatever with another lady. I'm not sure who she was. And I'm not dissing anybody. I love my creators here on YouTube. Anyone that creates videos or content or anything like that and puts themselves out there, you freaking rule the world. However, that doesn't mean that we can't all have questions. Like I'm saying, I'm not even given a difference of opinion, except for I don't understand how you can call carnivore, which we don't even know the definition, as a great weight loss hack when you don't know the information. And this is where it gets really interesting here, because people will start the carnivore diet and wolfing down all these ribeyes, add butter to it, bacon, all this kind of stuff. And yes, you will have some people out there, the outliers, that are able to follow it. However, those are who we see on YouTube making big channels and making it easy. But you go read their comment section, and it's not the case. They're struggling. There's so many people struggling that should not be the case with anything. I don't wish struggling on anybody. I always say, eat what you want to eat that makes you feel good. And don't worry if it's labeled healthy or unhealthy or this or that. And it just seems like everyone's getting so judgy and so upset. And like I said, I'm coming from a place of, I don't understand how we can call this. I'm not saying that people don't have great results in the weight loss arena. However, what I do think is interesting, that people that are not even the medical community of the carnivore sector here on YouTube, because please tell me if you've seen any of this go on outside of YouTube. Like, if you were to go tell 10 people in the street in the area that you live that you did a carnivore diet, would they have a clue what that is? They would know what vegans are, and they would think fasting is something that you do when you just drink water or you do Ramadan, that kind of thing. That situation. Like, for real, it's one of those things where I always thought to myself, and I've been doing like basically carnivore for 5 years, so this is coming from a different reason. I never did it to lose weight, because if I did, it wouldn't work for me. I've never lost weight on the carnivore diet. I just haven't. Like, I haven't. When I was vegan, it was a lot easier for me to stay leaner than it is when I'm on like eating more of the meats and all that good stuff. But I'm a different story. I'm doing it for a completely different thing. And before you start saying, oh, well, the reason why people aren't losing weight on carnivore is because they're healing. Okay. So please go watch Bella from the Steak and Burger King's video, who said today that if she's so sensitized that if she were to eat something that was not carnivore, she would have a reaction to it. And I guess in my mind, when you're cured of something, nothing's going to be able to crack that. You're solid. Like, you have dotted every I and crossed every T when you have cured something. So I don't know. It just gets me so confused. And then I hear this whole thing about wrecking your metabolism. Legit, this is where I guess my opinion kind of does come in. It's like a theory situation where it's like, okay, you are saying to me the reason why I am not losing weight is because I am not eating enough. Well, if that were the case, then why do people that are fasting lose more weight than those that are not fasting, for the most part? Again, we know the outliers. And my thing about that is, I'm not dissing her. Again, I love Bella. I think she's adorable. I really do. I think she's cute. Some little situations I don't understand. I don't understand this whole broken metabolism thing and where this came about. Yeah, you know what? If you stop eating today, if you decide to stop eating as much food that you ate today, and you decided to eat half of it tomorrow, eventually your body is going to catch up with that, and it is going to definitely have less energy. And if you're having less energy, it's not a broken metabolism. You just need to get up and do more. Eat more and do more. I know it sounds crazy. However, everyone talks about how our ancestors did it. Well, you know what? They ate the most they could, anytime they could. Don't you watch Naked and Afraid? See, that's what started this too. I was watching Naked and Afraid, and then I was listening today. Like, I'll wrap it up right now in a bow, was how, and I'm not saying that people don't get healed from things. I'm just saying, though, we're at the weight loss situation. And when people say, I'm not losing weight, I'm feeling horrible, and doing this and doing that, they say you need to carnivore harder. And I say, what does that mean? There you go. Look at that. All I have to say is, what does that mean? Because again, like, please let me know what your opinion is on this, because I'm really confused. I really am. I watch Naked and Afraid. They'll do anything to eat the meat, and I get that. I get it, because you go 21 days without any clothes, especially shoes and stuff like that, and then you're, yeah, whatever. Okay, we won't go there. I'll stop. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, though. I'm just wondering, like, and I don't mean this mean. I don't mean it at all. I just don't understand, because now, like, this whole sugar thing, you have people on this side saying it's the best thing now since sliced bread, no pun, for insulin resistance, acting like a natural GLP-1, and making you lose weight faster than you've ever lost weight before. Super easy and sustainable. I don't know. You let me know what you think. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I know my thoughts are all over the place. I really, really, really want to just stress the fact that I am so grateful that I get to have these kind of questions pop into my mind, because I was able to see what other people were thinking, other people were doing, and believing when it comes to nutrition. Because that's my last point on this one. Okay, like, for real, if you are eating carnivore, okay, I'm just asking, if you are, or if you don't right now, just pretend you do, okay? Well, if you were losing any weight and you were doing it to lose weight,
would you keep doing it longer and longer and longer, even if you gain more weight? And then you had somebody tell you to eat more, so then you gain more? I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't know. Maybe you're as confused as I am about this whole situation. All I do know, though, is you're not broken. You're everything that is needed in one amazing, beautiful human. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we're eating. What matters is that we choose kindness and quit being so judgy. Like, I'm not judging. I'm legit. Like, I have no clue, like, where this monkey stuff is coming from. No idea. However, maybe you do, and you can enlighten me a little bit. And thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate it. And once again, I get kind of nervous and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? You got to show up authentically. Because, I mean, if we ever met in person, like if I saw you at Starbucks or something like that, we definitely have to be who we really are on the inside to you and to this beautiful world. Because you already know what we put out there. We're going to get back 20,000 times better. Love you so much. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You are a rock star, superstar, and angel in my heart. And I will see you manana.
We are doing, you want one? We're doing apples. And here are the boys. Look at that. Hey, buddy. One for you and one for you. Yummy. Okay, let's see what happens here with the apples. Itchy, you got your apple? Woo! Here's Itch. Let's see how long he will chomp on this apple for, because we know how Itchy gets. He kind of loses a little bit of interest. However, let's see, where's everybody else? All right, Scratch Attack is right there. Itchy's right here. Let's see if we can kind of see what he's doing under there. So handsome. And then Miss Queen is right over here. There she is. There's her booty. And then you can see King Savage is right over there. Yeah, get your apples. I don't give them apples very much, but I was thinking, I'm like, wouldn't fruit, like apples and like maybe a little bit more of a high sugar vegetable like carrots, I mean, I'm thinking that might be a little bit better on their little size, if you know what I mean. I'm not pig shaming. We already know. We just talked about carnivore and the new sugar diet, and I didn't mention medical keto, but I will also say in my own experience, no, I have not lost weight on medical keto as well. But please note, I am not eating a medical ketogenic diet to lose weight. I'm doing it because honestly, for me right now, it's easier. It's just easy for me to do right now. And everyone always says, check this out, that carnivore is simple, but it's not easy. However, what I'm doing right now for like the phase of life that I'm in when it comes to my oral surgery and things like that, it's just super simple and easy for me. And because I can't chew my food that well, the way that I have it prepared makes it to where it's easily digestible as well. So I don't have to worry about any of the issues I'd have if I were to try to go eat a salad or fruit or something like that. It's just not going to happen. But that's what I'm saying. It's a special case. And somebody asked me before if I intend on doing it forever, and I said absolutely not. Not if I can be able to add back in things that are gentle on my tummy right now that really go along with helping out and supporting that little vagal nerve stimulation. I'm kind of into that right now too. Really into it. But yeah, I was probably all over the place when I was chit-chatting about why I think that carnivore and the sugar diet and all these other diets are just terrible weight loss hacks. And they've just been labeled that. And it's just so funny and so ironic that we don't even know what carnivore really is when someone says I'm doing carnivore and all those things. And yeah, I'm just stumped. And I didn't want to sound like I was being judgy, but wow. If you go and take a look at these videos that I had bombard me yesterday, it was absolutely, like, it's been a minute since I've watched a lot of carnivore material because, I mean, when you've been doing it for 5 years, you know, there's only so much that you end up absorbing, and there's only so many minutes of the day to watch YouTube because I got some piggies to take care of, right, boo-boo? Yeah. But thanks so much. Like I said again, I'd love to know if you could please explain to me what all this is going on, because I really do miss the carnivore community for what it used to be. It used to be a really fun place to be at. I was in a great group. I was in Dr. Barry's group from the beginning, and this is back when he was on Patreon, and I can't tell you one thing bad about it. It was absolutely magical. And I guess when I think about like the whole, oh, there he goes. When I think about the community that was created back then, it was so supportive of each other, and everybody celebrated wins, and they celebrated experiences that maybe might not have been classified as a win just like that. However, at the end of the day, when you're learning something new, especially about yourself, that's just more freedom. More freedom and less wasting time. I'm off my soapbox now, and just want to say thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight and the piggies. And yeah, love and light. That's how long we have for apple time. All right, one last thing and I'll wrap it up. I don't know when this became so much more vulgar. However, the insults to get clicks are absolutely through the roof. And I'm really not in on that game. You gotta create a vision. You make your videos. You definitely can put your opinions, your theories, your protocols out there for the world to see, and keeping beautiful, positive energy and vibes. Because at the end of the day, I guarantee you, there has to be at least one thing that we all agree on. And that's that we all just want to live a happy and peaceful life. So I guess I know what my job is here. Not only protect my peace, but always know I will protect your peace as well. Now go and count some sheep, get some beauty sleep, and make new memories in the morning. But make sure you binge watch me first. Mwah!